check out this phenomenal bloom in abstract made of resin and acrylic pour paints together on a wood canvas. I am starting by putting an Arctic white background all over my wood canvas. The colors today that I'm using are green apple, Arctic white, ice blue metallic, peacock teal, lemon zest, and purple crazy plum. I've added 3 drops of silicone to these mixtures prior to my mixing in my resin. And as you see, I've poured in resin to each one of these cups and I stir it very well right before I begin to pour. Because resin has a time period of working with it, I prepare this 1-to-1 ratio epoxy resin, and once it's ready to go, I immediately stir it into my acrylic pour paints. There you see I have my open cup, and we'll start off with that really pretty peacock teal and moving to my ice blue metallic, just doing layers on top of layers. I do like an Arctic white mixture into everything, actually, most things. And there goes that green apple and lemon zest. Give it a little stir before I pour. Layering it with that. And finally, that purple crazy plum. Just top that off. Now, once I feel good about how much I put, I want to gently lift and drag it. And oh my gosh, look it. It's so pretty even before I do anything to it. It's just a gorgeous blob of beautiful blooms and mixtures. I really like this color combination. I gently tip it so it goes off the edge. And you can see those blooms stretching and compounding and mixing. Again, as you have seen in my others, I am just so in love with the natural process of the acrylic pour paints. And adding resin is going to give it a very different reality once it dries. And of course, you can do this pour and then pour resin on it at the end. That's also a neat process. I've done that in some of my other videos. I'm just allowing it to drip off the edges. Yeah, I'm getting pretty satisfied with what I see. I let it drip left and right. The resin definitely thickens up that pour. And for this piece, and any piece that I do with resin, I let it sit overnight at least, and usually curing at about 24 hours. And always do follow the directions for mixing your resin well. And if you don't, you're gonna have an unfortunate surprise. It definitely is a chemical reaction, and you wanna follow the directions. Again, this is a 1-to-1 epoxy. I'm smoothing out some of those edges that were inconsistent. I see a little spot to the left lower corner, so I add a little bit of my lemon zest, and let's just grab a little peacock teal to it also. I don't want it to interfere with the beauty of what's going on, and in this case I was finding it not going to the bottom lower level, so I want to make sure to add that in. A little bit of motion so it kind of blends and becomes natural to the whole canvas itself. It becomes harmonious, not like an outstanding little spot that was just added last minute like it was. Yep, I feel pretty good about that. That looks good to me. I'm satisfied. Wow, I just really like these mixes. And here it is, up close. It's like a spring bloom. Those colors just are a beautiful collection. And the undertones in that purple. And here it is dried. It has some texture and a little bit of shine. It's really neat and very soft to the touch. I have to say I do love touching my paintings. And those blooms. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am wishing you happy resin and acrylic pour painting creations.